Imagine going to the doctor with a problem, only to be told, "We don't know what's happening to you." These are the real-life medical mysteries that have left even the smartest doctors scratching their heads. In this video, we will look at 5 real people whose lives became a medical mystery. From a man who claimed he never slept, to a girl who couldn't feel pain, to a woman who could see colors invisible to the rest of us. These are the strange stories that science still struggles to explain. Number 1. The man who didn't sleep. Al Herpen. Our first mystery takes us back to the 1800s in New Jersey, USA. Here lived a man named Al Herpen, who became known as the man who never slept. According to Al, he had not slept a single night in his entire life. He said that since childhood, he never felt the need to sleep, nor did he ever fall unconscious at night like normal people. Instead, he would rest quietly in a chair or lie down in bed, but never actually sleep. Doctors were fascinated by his case because sleep is considered absolutely necessary for life. Without sleep, the body cannot recover, the brain cannot function, and eventually a person's health begins to collapse. But Al Herpen lived a very long life. He died in 1947 at the age of 94. When doctors examined him, they could not find any signs of exhaustion or damage caused by lack of sleep. He was surprisingly healthy for his age. Scientists even wondered if Al experienced some kind of micro-naps that he was unaware of, or if his brain worked in a way completely different from the rest of us. But the truth is, nobody ever solved his case. Even today, Al Herpen remains one of the strangest medical mysteries in history. Number 2. The girl who couldn't feel pain, Ashlyn Blocker. Now we move to a completely different mystery, a girl who lived her life without ever knowing what pain feels like. Her name is Ashlyn Blocker from the small town of Surrey, Georgia, USA. Ashlyn was born with a rare genetic condition called CIPA, congenital insensitivity to pain anhidrosis, insensitivity to pain with anhidrosis. This means that her body cannot feel pain, nor can she sweat to regulate her temperature. When she was a baby, her parents noticed something unusual. She would fall down, bump her head, or even burn her skin, and she would never cry. At first, it might sound like a superpower, but in reality, it is very dangerous. Pain is our body's alarm system. It warns us when we are hurt, when something is broken, or when an illness is spreading inside us. Without pain, Ashlyn's body gave no warning signs. Her parents had to constantly watch her every move. Once, as a toddler, she placed her hand directly on a hot surface and never pulled it away, because she didn't feel anything. Another time, she badly injured her eye without realizing it, which could have caused blindness if doctors hadn't intervened. Doctors have studied Ashlyn for years, but till today there is no cure. She continues to live carefully, and her family calls her a girl who doesn't feel pain, but teaches the world about it. Her case has been shown in medical documentaries, but science still cannot fully explain how her nervous system works. Number 3. The woman who sees 99 million lures. Conchetta and Tico next. Let's step into a world of color unlike anything we can imagine. Meet Conchetta and Tico, an artist from Australia who has a condition called tetrachromacy. Most humans are trichromats, meaning we have 3 types of color receptors in our eyes. These allow us to see millions of shades. But Conchetta has a 4th receptor, which means she is a tetrachromat. With this extra receptor, she can see nearly 99 million more colors than the average person. For Conchetta, everyday life looks magical. A plain white wall might appear to her as filled with subtle shades of blue, green, and pink that the rest of us simply cannot see. A simple sunset might explode in millions of extra tones invisible to normal eyes. Doctors and scientists were shocked when they first studied her vision. While tetrachromacy exists in some animals like birds and fish, it is extremely rare in humans. Conchetta's case proved that the human eye might be capable of much more than we believe. She uses this gift in her paintings, creating artwork that is described as supernatural because of the colors she mixes. For doctors, the mystery remains. Why are only a few people born with this gift, and how exactly their brains process so much information without overload? Conchetta has become both a mystery and an inspiration, showing us that the human senses may be far more powerful than we think. Number 4. The girl who bled without wounds. Twinkle Dwivedi. One of the most disturbing medical mysteries comes from India. A young girl named Twinkle Dwivedi from Lucknow shocked the world when she began bleeding from her skin, without any cuts, injuries, or wounds. The strange condition started when she was very young. Blood would suddenly seep from her scalp, eyes, palms, and even the soles of her feet. Sometimes it happens once a day, sometimes several times a day. Doctors were left stunned because there were no injuries to explain where the blood was coming from. Twinkle's case became international news, and her family took her to many hospitals. Some doctors suggested she might have a very rare blood disorder, while others thought it could be linked to her blood vessels bursting beneath the skin. But despite countless tests, no one found a solid explanation. Her life became very difficult. She missed school often, faced bullying from other children, and her family struggled with the stress of not knowing what was wrong. Some people even accused the family of faking the condition for attention, but video evidence proved it was real. Till today, Twinkle's condition has no confirmed scientific explanation. For doctors, she remains a haunting mystery, a girl who bleeds without wounds. Number 5. The Man Who Ate Metal, Michel Lotito. Our final story takes us to France, where a man named Michel Lotito shocked the world with his unusual appetite. Known as Monsieur Mange-Tout, which means Mr. Eat-All, Michel had the ability to eat things no human should ever be able to swallow. Starting from a young age, Michel developed a strange fascination with eating dangerous objects. Over his lifetime, he consumed bicycles, shopping carts, televisions, chandeliers, and even an entire small airplane. He would break the objects into small pieces, swallow them with water, and somehow digest them without serious harm. Doctors studied his stomach and found that he had an abnormally thick lining in his stomach and intestines, which protected him from sharp objects. His digestive juices were also extremely strong, allowing him to break down materials like glass and metal. Still, the biggest mystery was how his body actually processed these substances. Normally, eating even a small piece of glass or metal would be fatal, but Michel lived a long life and continued eating strange objects until he passed away in 2007 from natural causes, not from his bizarre diet. His case continues to puzzle scientists because no other human in recorded history has ever had such an ability. These 5 stories remind us of one powerful truth. No matter how advanced science becomes, the human body still holds secrets beyond our understanding. A man who never slept but lived to old age. A girl who never felt pain, even when hurt. A woman who sees a world of colors invisible to us. A child who bled without wounds. And a man who ate metal like it was food. Each of them challenges what we think is possible. They show us that human biology is not always predictable, and sometimes it crosses into the world of the unbelievable. So the next time you think science has all the answers, remember these cases, because the human body still has mysteries that may never be solved. If you enjoyed this deep dive into strange medical mysteries, make sure to hit that like button, drop a comment about which case shocked you the most, and don't forget to subscribe to attract and distract for more unbelievable stories from the real world.